We insist consists of 3 people. We insist consists of nothing.
We insist is a band.
I don't know what we are really insisting on.
The presence of nature. I think this was something that came into We Insist when we started working in the north, more than the other places. The presence of a vast nature and maybe mercilessness or of the nature, which somehow has a lot of almost aesthetic similarities to We Insist, always to peel away what's not needed, only what can survive in the work, what's the necessity of having something there. And I think this was a very strong meeting point between how we have been working and the nature of the North.
At the tipping point, in the north of Europe, we tried to go and find another border and a place that was even more on the verge. So instead of going into a known place, like a habitation or a venue, we tried to find, we found actually an abandoned place within the north of Europe. So if we look at, if north is desolation or emptiness, we went to even more empty. If north is abandoned or new land that is uninhabited, we try to find even more uninhabited.
Certain parts of the world we cannot travel to as We Insist. So we cannot, because of where we come from, we are not allowed to go into certain areas, so we cannot talk about that. So we had to become something else or hide it or not talk about it, not reveal it here, for example, because that will mean that, yeah, we're in danger. And it seems silly to say it, but this is the truth.
When we are in Vace, we were working with one Serbian refugee, and the population, the local population of Vace. So instead of making big declarations on refugees in Norway or the situation in Yugoslavia or racism in the north of Norway or supposed racism in the north of Norway and the Sami, and no, because this is not things we can master or work with on our scale. So instead of doing this, what we do is build on our scale with our time frame, which is short, and in the space that is devoluted to us, some new political situation, micro-political situation. So instead of, what we did is that we enhanced the fact that we tried to be a medium between the local and the foreign, without saying the local, the foreign, but
and turn the space upside down a bit. Okay. We were also twisting the space. What is normally the position of the refugee in this kind of society? And by us defining the space differently, also the position the different groups normally has in the society is redefined.
Where we go, we have a plan. We do some sort of research individually and together. And when we come to the place, we change everything.
We Insist is something very specific, and it's extremely flexible, and it's a chameleon.